Right, if you've been paying attention, there are a lot of twists and turns in the 2021 Murdaugh Murders. Criminally obsessed Anne Emerson has some new details after her interview with housekeeper Blanca Simpson. We're going to talk with her right now. Anne, thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
What did you learn from this new interview?
Well, it was a big interview. Last week, I went up for about a 2.5-hour interview with Blanca Simpson and Bubba, who was Maggie's dog. Now, Maggie and Paul are who died. They were, Alec Murdaugh was convicted of killing both his wife, Maggie, and son, Paul. Blanca was the housekeeper for the Murdaugh family, but she was a lot more than a housekeeper. She was Maggie's confidant and her friend, and helped at the house, but really became part of the household in a lot of ways. When the murders happened in 2021, Blanca was there hours before and then the next day because Alec had asked her to come back. So this relationship, she has spent the last couple of years sort of digesting all of this. She has taken ownership of Bubba, Maggie's dog, and has now written a book called Within the House of Murdaugh, and it is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing, some of the details that she was giving us about what happened around those murders. Things that I don't think really many people have ever heard before.
Yeah, any new tidbits you can tell with us or share with us right now that people have not heard?
Absolutely. I mean, I think what was really kind of jaw-dropping to me was how little Blanca says she was asked about these things. I mean, she was involved in intimate details with this family's life. She was involved with the cooking and the cleaning and the laundry. And little things like when the murders happened, not little things, but one of the things was that the pajamas that were laid out that were Maggie's after those murders, she believes firmly were laid out by somebody besides Maggie. And she could explain why, because she understood where things were in the home. And it was very creepy that she actually walked into the house. It was not considered a crime scene when she went in and was able to start looking around. She said that one of the big regrets she has is that she didn't take pictures of what she saw when she got back to the house, because it appears that no one took pictures of those things that were in the house like that. And that concerned her deeply because she knew where things were supposed to be and they weren't where they were. One of the big things that she pointed out to me that only someone that really, really knew this household, everybody it was a big family and people just pulled their cars up to the front. Well, when she got there, she immediately realized that Maggie's car was not where it was supposed to be. Maggie always parked on the left. She saw it on the right, and that was another signal to her that somebody else had to have been there that night. And I don't know if she's talking about Alex. She makes it very clear in her book and when she spoke to me that there was more there than met the eye.
And then finally, talk to us about what's known as the kennel video and how does the dog Bubba play into all of this?
Well, Bubba has become a major figure in the conviction of Alec Murdaugh. Without Bubba, the big lie, which was that Alec Murdaugh had never been down to the kennels, that he wasn't there when Maggie and Paul were shot, fell apart because what had happened was you could hear in the back of the kennel video that Paul was shooting. He was shooting actually a friend of theirs' dog had a problem with his tail. But what you heard in the background was Alec Murdaugh. And he was trying to get a chicken out of Bubba's mouth. And, you know, one of the things that one of the assistant prosecutors, John Metters, said to me after the conviction and the guilty verdict, I said, what do you have to say, Metters? And he said, just God bless Bubba. If it wasn't for Bubba, I think there was a real big question of whether or not we would have ever known that Alec Murdaugh was there within minutes of when Maggie and Paul were gunned down. So Bubba, you know, Blanca had did not expect to be taking Bubba home with her. Mm-hmm. But it turned out that Buster had called her and said, you know, Bubba's always been so close to you, this big white lab, lumbering dog. Can you take him? And then that brings a whole new journey for Blanca and Bubba because, you know, Bubba saw what happened that night. And she firmly believes that that was sort of something that he had to process as well. So I think that Blanca was therapy for Bubba, but Bubba was certainly therapy for Blanca too. And it was just incredible because I'd always wanted to meet Bubba, and he was there with Blanca, and you get to see him as well tonight.
Okay. And quickly tell us, where can we find Criminally Obsessed?
Well, please go to our YouTube channel. It's Criminally Obsessed. That is where you can subscribe. I want you to drop comments. Tell me what you think about these stories. We have a 3-part series coming out right now about my interview with Blanca. And go to our socials. We're all over all your digital platforms. Look for Criminally Obsessed, and you'll find us.
Okay. Anne Emerson, thank you for talking with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right.